Hey, what's up, everyone? You are watching or listening to my comic book podcast, my comic book journey podcast, that is. I'm your host, KNDY, and we're going to go back to 1965. I'm going to review Daredevil, The Man Without Fear, Volume 1, Issue number 10. So, this is probably the and also the Avengers. Don't want to forget that. But one of the things I said is, once I got older, once I worked hard in school and college and got that good paying job, I'm going to get those issues that uh, that I wanted. Yeah, and I'm sure that it's weird because yes, I have that Marvel disc DVD release with all the comics of it inside and with all the comic books in the DVD for Daredevil, all the classic ones. And but the thing is that I'm just not a digital guy. I've tried and I know I have it. It's just not my thing. Some people love digital, but for me, I like to have the physical comic book in hand. And one of the things why I don't like trade paperbacks all that much. I mean, I do like trade paperbacks, but I don't like it. It's just the overall look. It's just way too nice, and like it's just like I know it's for some people that's all they need, but for me, it's just I like having those ads, those letters to the editors. That stuff is very important for me, and I enjoy reading that stuff. And a lot of that stuff is removed from the trade paperbacks, and it is what it is. But for these old classic Marvel issues, I definitely wanted to get everything. I think if anything, I tried my best to get Daredevil 1 through 9, but it's just so damn expensive. And the thing is, I'm not, when it comes to these older issues, I'm not gonna spend an arm and a leg for them. I mean, there are people who'll get theirs, who have the mint copies. Of course, those things tend to get sent to GDC and encased in some protective plastic. But or for me, it's just you know what, I'm good. I'm just good having the comic book. As long as I don't have to pay way too much for it to read it in my hands, I'm cool. And I tend to have a limit of what I would spend to get these certain issues. So this one, of course, as you can see, it's kind of all ratted, with a lot of bend marks and a lot of those folds everywhere. But it's okay. It's cool. I'm just reading it, and that's just how it is. So Marvel Pop Art Productions, you'll see that on the upper left, 12 cents. And you got that big approved by the Comic Code Authority number 10. But yeah, this one is written, I believe, written and edited by Stan Lee. Layouts is by Bob Powell. Script and art is by Wally Wood. That's important to note. The script is by Wally Wood. Stan Lee just did the editing on it. Lettering by Artie Simek. And this issue is about an evil, mysterious being known as the Organizer, who has assembled villains and gave the villains pretty much prioritize them based on their skills. So he outfitted them with animal uniforms, and these group of villains are known as the Organization, and their goal is to discredit and undermine the city government and take control of the entire administration. Some of you may be saying, WTF? What the? But that's the beauty of the Silver Age, a time where war was in the minds of many, while for comic books, the villains wanted to undermine local government and the administration. And as crime wave has ran rampant, Foggy, who is the law partner of Matt Murdock, he gave good news to the group that he has received the nomination of the Reform Party to become the city's next DA. And so they will be hosting a party for him on a yacht. Meanwhile, a beautiful woman from Foggy's past shows up, and could it be Karen Page, who works now as the secretary for Matt and Foggy's law firm. And no, I take that back. Now remember, a beautiful woman shows up from Foggy's past shows up, and Karen Page, who currently works as a secretary for Matt and Foggy, their law firm, she starts to get jealous. Just I want a side note. This is very important. This Karen Page, because if you are a Daredevil fan, you definitely want to check out certain issues of Karen Page, especially later on. See what happens to her. But anyway, Matt senses trouble when he goes to instigate. He sees a man in a frog suit, and the frogman defeats Daredevil with a concussion grenade. As Daredevil goes after the organization the following day, in the process, his battle with them ends up getting him in trouble, and him being under suspicion of police of robberies around the city. Of course, this doesn't sit well with Daredevil, who wants to stop the organization and clear his name. At a dinner party with many politicians in attendance, Deborah is kidnapped by the organization. Will Daredevil be able to find out where the HQ is located and save Deborah? And will Karen figure out why she's becoming jealous over Foggy? The whole concept is quite hokey, but appropriate for the time. Daredevil and his inexperience as a hero shows in this issue, so he wasn't perfect. He also had the dramatic situation about the love triangle between Karen Page, Matt, and Froggy developing. While the organizer and the members of the organization were somewhat lame antagonists, I was impressed about how much was incorporated in the story. But again, you can see some of those characters look a little hokey. But all I would say though, Frogman, that guy was pretty awesome. I remember the growing up, one of my first Amazing Spider-Man issues featured Frogman, and to have him in this issue was really interesting. But yeah, this one was from October 1965, and definitely a classic. So here comes Daredevil, the man without fear. Okay, you all take care. Wink, wink, and I'll see you later, everyone. Bye-bye.